I'm Ninon, and I have an incredible guest. Actually, I interviewed him sometime before, but that was actually on another show. So now we're actually down at his saloon, and it's absolutely amazing. And we're going to find out exactly what this is, because this is something he's bought recently, and he's sort of gone into this business. But he's also in the music. He sings, plays the guitar. He does everything. Bobby Kingston, how are you?
Excellent, great to see you.
It's good to see you again. We had you on my other show. We had him on Ninon Live, and that was amazing, and that was with your wife.
Absolutely, yeah.
And now we're down at your saloon. This is amazing. I was there once before for believe we were doing a foundation for Rainbow of Hope. Yeah, Ray of Hope.
Ray of Hope.
Ray of Hope. We were doing a thing down here, and that was with Andrew Charles Cook.
Yes, good friend.
A very, very good friend. In fact, we're going to actually interview him on Tuesday next week.
Awesome.
Bobby, how are you?
Excellent, it's great to see you
It's
again.
good to see you, and this is absolutely amazing. Now, this is quite recent, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So how long have you been here?
Well, I've played in this particular saloon now for almost 6 years. This coming Labor Day will be 6 years. My wife and I purchased the bar back about 1.5 years ago now. And we've remodeled it and redone it and made it, part of us.
I know what it looked like. I came down here one time to see Andrew.
Yes.
And when I walked in, I thought, where am I? And all these old guys with these hats and everything, and I thought, I'm really in the Buddha's here. And it was really quite funny.
Yeah.
Then I came down for the Ray of Hope, and it was completely different. I thought, am I in the same place? You
Yeah.
put a lot of work in here.
Yeah, we sure have. It's been a labor of love. We've remodeled it from doing the hardwood floors to painting everything, changing most of the furniture out, a lot of the equipment, and we still have some of the original staff. Some of them have been here almost 10 years now.
Really?
So, yeah.
So they like working for Bobby. Well, who wouldn't like working for Bobby? Hey, come on. I think you look like you're a pretty cool guy to work for.
Pretty laid back, try to be, yes.
I think they're working with you, not for you. I think that's a big difference. And I think, if we all understand when we have staff out there, they're working with you, not for you. And I think that's the big difference, isn't it?
Absolutely. You gotta lead the team, not with a dictatorship, but rolling up your sleeves and being a part of it. It's important in any small business.
But I think also, small business, and we'll get into that in a little while, but I think when you become part of them and they see that you're human and they see that you want to sort of, you'll do something, they still know you're the boss and they still treat you as the boss, but at the same time, they know they can reach you.
Absolutely. As a business owner as well as a performer, it's kind of interesting having to switch those hats back and forth working in a place like this.
I know what you mean, because I have to do the same thing. I also have real estate, and then I also have another show. I have a cancer show. And it's funny how you have to switch your personalities.
Yes.
And completely different. My cancer show is very serious. It's very, and it is a serious thing that we're doing.
Right.
And also then when I'm doing my real estate, that's now a business thing. So I understand how you have to switch these hats and be one thing. You've got to be up here, the personality, right?
Absolutely. You gotta lead the business as the mascot of the business, and the person that all the customers that come in associate with. They want to know you, they want to enjoy themselves,
Of course.
they want to dance, and they want to escape all their troubles. And then you have to put that business owner hat on and make sure that all the
They
supplies
get served right,
and
they get everything
the
right.
customer service is
Yeah.
right, and it can be difficult.
I
and
think
challenging.
customer service is very, very important. And the reason I feel that way is because they come in to be served. They don't want to serve themselves. They come in, they want to have a good time, they want to be served, they want to be taken care of. And a lot of that's not happening lately. I see that a lot I was in one place and I was asking for a drink. And the girl stood there and she would not walk towards me. And I'm looking at her thinking, well, aren't you going to come to me to take the order? You want me to go to you? And it was really I couldn't understand that, because that's what they get paid for.
Absolutely. I mean, we're trying to create an experience here.
Yes.
So the way we operate this saloon is we constantly try to put ourselves in the shoes of the customer.
Yes.
How would we want to be treated coming in here? What type of food, what type of drinks, what kind of specials, what kind of value would we want? And, the folks that come in off the street here to enjoy themselves, they're escaping all of the other trials and tribulations of life. They want to come in and have a good time and escape all of those things. We don't want to create more of a hassle.
More problems for them. They're coming to get rid of their
absolutely, yes.
problems. So what is your unique way? Because I know when I was here before, it was, it wasn't that good, and there wasn't many customers, and you now have created customers coming in. How have you created to bring customers in? They know you play here, They knew you played here for 5 years, but now you're on the other side of the coin. How did you, and how are you bringing customers in?
Oh, that's a very good question. The thing that I think is unique about us is the part about me as a performer has essentially stayed the same. I still put on my shows. The regular customers that have followed me for 20 years around Las Vegas, they still come to see me when I'm that personality. But what we've really done here at Saddle N Spurs Saloon is we've diversified the type of entertainment that we have here.
Yeah.
So we're bringing in the blues, we're bringing in acoustic shows, we're bringing in classic rock bands, we're bringing in jam sessions where we have a lot of musicians come. So it's become kind of a networking place.
You
for
kind of
musicians.
changed the name of it, because Saddle N Spurs is kind of more we think of the sort of the cowboy music and all that stuff, but if you're bringing in blues and everything, I think that's going to actually encourage an awful lot of other people to come in here, especially when they can see something different and not just be sort of, the other music for them.
Absolutely. You're so observant. You pick up on everything. If you notice the signage that we have in the place today, we've abbreviated Saddle N Spurs Saloon to S&S Saloon. So it makes it easier to kind of rebrand the place, let people know that there's something different about
There's
it.
something going, and I
There's
think
something
a
else
change
going on.
is very, very good. It's funny because I was going to say, I thought this place was Saddle N Spurs, and then all of a sudden I see S&S, and I think, well, what is S&S? But now I know. So now we know it's still Saddle N Spurs, but at the same time, you're evolving S&S in there.
Correct. It's easier to put it on a business card, too. It's not as many
There's
letters.
all those letters. And also it's easier actually for anything, for the website, it's
All
easier
that.
for the email, it's easier for everything.
And, new customers that come, they're already talking about and they identify with this place as S&S.
Yes.
And it just rolls off their tongue as S&S.
And it's funny because it becomes an abbreviation, which is actually what it is. It's an abbreviation, but at the same time, now they're all, the newcomers sort of, it could be anything.
Uh-huh.
And they see the blues come in and everything. Now, do you find a lot of bands like to come in here and play?
Absolutely. We did 350 full-length shows here in 2015. And
350?
350.
If you work that out, some of them are 2 a day,
Yep.
because there's less days than that in a year.
So we're doing now, we've managed it at one point last year in 2015, we went up to live entertainment 7 nights a week. So we have live music here every night now.
Well, not only do you have live music and you have it every night, there also is S&S, I'm not going to call it S&S, is open 24 hours a day.
It's been open since November 1st of '84, and it's never closed. There's been a bartender on duty for over 31 years in this place nonstop.
Can you believe that? That's like going back to the old Vegas.
It is.
And that kind of is the old Vegas. I hate to say I know the old Vegas. Yeah, I was knee-high to a grasshopper. Maybe. But yeah, that's amazing. How do you keep up with 24 hours a day to trust? I know but your wife, when you take shifts, that means you never see each other.
Well, we're real fortunate, we have amazing staff here. We have a mix of people that have worked here for many years that understand the regular customers, and they understand the area and they understand the place. The back of house is very similar to the way that it was when we bought it. But we've also brought some new staff in to kind of create some excitement and attract a different clientele to add on top. So we never wanted to detract from anything when we rebranded the place. We wanted to keep the Saddle N Spurs alive and well, but we wanted to let people know that it was a little different. So having such amazing staff here, we have Donovan Allison is our assistant manager, so he helps me a lot with running sound with the different bands at night. So when he needs a break, I'm the sound guy. Otherwise, he runs sound every night. My wife handles all the back of house, and she has some of the seasoned bartenders here do a great job with inventory and helping her with the deliveries.
The delivery. Now, his wife actually happened to be, I think she was crowned
Mrs. Nevada. Yes.
Mrs. Nevada.
Right.
So I think we're going to take a break now. I've just been given the signal that we have to take a break. This is Vegas Live. I have Bobby Kingston with me, and we're at S&S. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Vegas Live. I'm Ninon, and of course we're down here in North Las Vegas actually, and we're at Saddle N Spurs, which is now we're integrating S&S into the name. And the reason we're doing that is because you have lots of different bands coming in now. You don't all still have the same music you had before. Yeah, but we're going to go, actually, we just, talked about his wife, who was Mrs. Nevada, which is quite an honor. She's a beautiful lady, and she's absolutely fabulous. And she's just like Bobby. She puts her hands into the business, and she's
Absolutely.
there, and she really helps all the time. And, where is she, by the way? She's home sleeping.
She's running errands for the bar and taking care of business. As I tell everybody, she's really the one who does all the work. I'm the mascot.
Well, how cool is that? How do men always manage to work it out that way? And we always say, yes, we're going to do this, and yes, we're going to do that. That's typical of a wife.
Sheer genius.
Yeah, okay, well, we can...
I'll be in trouble for
Yeah,
that.
you're going to be in big trouble. Not only with her, with me too now.
I'm used to it.
Now, we want to go a little bit back into your background. We talked about the business and what he's actually put together here and what he's done, which is absolutely amazing for Vegas. But now, your father was very big in the business.
Absolutely. My father was the first Canadian country artist signed to Capitol Records in early 1950s. He had a couple of gold singles.
Gold singles. See, we got all celebrity.
And
Wow.
he played literally all over the world. And
Really?
in the 1950s, he moved his family to Nashville when he had that record deal, and he played on all the major shows. Self-managed himself as a Canadian in the United States.
Now, I didn't know that your father was Canadian. I didn't even know you. Were you born in Canada?
I was born in Canada.
So you're Canadian. I didn't know this. See what you find out. I even find out things.
Yeah, I'm a naturalized citizen, so
You
I'm
are,
a
yeah.
U.S. citizen. Yeah, but-
Now, I am too. I'm from Britain, obviously, but I'm also a citizen. We all gravitate to being an American citizen. It's like, really got there, isn't it? It's like...
It's the place to be.
Yes. Seems like that. Seems
Yeah.
like that. So your father was a singer and obviously a producer. Did he put the whole thing together himself?
He did. Self-managed his own career most all of his life. Was really big in Canada, had his own radio and television shows there, produced a lot of things, all kinds of accolades. In fact, he's under consideration for induction in the Canadian Country Music Hall of Fame this year.
Oh, how wonderful. Now, he must be getting a little bit up there.
Unfortunately, my dad passed away in the mid-90s, so...
Oh, so he's definitely up there. But
He's way up there.
He's way up there, no pun intended.
Yes.
But he really is way up there.
Yeah.
So who's going to receive the award? You will receive the
I
award?
will receive it most likely on behalf of the family, and I have a lot of his memorabilia. I made it a point with my music career. My music career has always taken a back seat to a lot of other things that I chose with my life. In fact, my father...
Well, why did you do that?
That was what my father wanted. He
He didn't want you to be better than him.
well, no, he saw the business in the 1970s when I was young in decline compared to the way it is today with
Yes.
the live music scene and country music. And he saw me as an honor student, and he wanted me to have all of the things as a child that he couldn't have. He never graduated high school, and he thought that education was important and always encouraged me to pursue that. And I was always around the music. I always enjoyed listening to it.
And you loved it.
And I loved it, but he made sure guitars and drumsticks were not within reach of me so that I wouldn't suddenly get the
Really?
bug.
Were
And
you the only child, or
I was the youngest of three. I have two
the
older
youngest of
brothers.
three? And are they in the music business?
One of my brothers actually was a professional drummer for many years. He played with their dad and did a lot of great things. And when my father retired, he played with some different bands and then pretty much gave up on the music business. I think he gained an appreciation of how difficult the business is. And it's always easier to be in your father's band, and he gets all the bookings.
Of
and
course, because
you just go and play wherever the
But
gigs
you've also
are,
got
you
the
know.
big name, and you've got everything going with it. I mean,
Uh-huh.
your father actually probably built an empire
He really
in the
did.
music industry, in the country music.
Yeah. I think he
Why
recorded...
did he gravitate to country music? Because
Well,
he moved to Nashville?
No, he was well into the country music back in those days was extremely popular in the 40s and 50s, mainly because of the barn dance shows and where they had a lot of Saturday night dances and
Yeah.
things. Socially, there wasn't as much to do. There's so many choices today for people to enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
So back in
Totally
those
different.
days, that was the social network. The Nerve Center was to go out to the dances and, if you're a man, meet a woman there and dance and just get out into the public's eye. And the Grand Ole Opry was that.
Oh, yeah, the Grand
It was
Ole Opry,
an
yeah, that
amazing
was-
thing. And there was a
yes.
lot of copycat shows back in those days.
Yeah.
My father participated in all of them. in U.S. and Canada.
Do you think your father will be proud of what you've done now, as because you are now a singer for some time, obviously, and sort of what you've done, and sort of it was something he didn't want you to do. He wanted you to really go. I don't know what he wanted you to go into, but you really wanted to sing, and you really wanted to be out there.
Right.
Would he be proud of you now?
Absolutely, but I had the opportunity to actually get to play music with my father.
Oh, you did?
Before he passed away in the early 90s, when I had just really started playing music, he would come down and visit me from Canada normally in the wintertime when it was cold and snow and everything. And I was just playing house parties and very basic things like that. And he would come and sit in and play with us. And then I spent the last 2 weeks of his life with him before he passed away, and he made it very clear to the family that I was the keeper of the music. So he turned all of that over to me, and it was a lot of pressure, obviously, because all of these
There's
things.
two other brothers too that sort of probably wanted it as well. So you know.
They saw I was the one that had the passion, but I
Oh.
had went through and got my university education and had a real good career for myself and started playing music recreationally and enjoying myself. So he saw that I could enjoy the music, but at the same time it wasn't what was putting the food and bread on the table. So now I've taken it, it's all come together with this very place.
I was going to say, because he actually learned how to do business, and your father saw this vision, how he ever saw it, you know, I guess being his son, you see it, and sort of having that business mind was for you able to have this place and to improve it, but also the business side. Because a lot of music people do not understand the business side.
Yeah.
And this is where majority of music people out there, they make all this money, and then after a few years they don't see it because they have no business mind, they don't understand where the money went, and they haven't followed it. That'll never happen to you.
No, my father set a really good example where family is always first, and I always remember that. He retired at age 50 from the music business,
Oh.
and that's all that he ever did was music, and supported a wife and 3 sons in a traditional household. So I've crossed paths with so many musicians over my lifetime, and I see so many that are poor, and you know they can barely get by.
Especially
paying
in
rent.
this town.
In this town, it's tough.
I've never met so many incredible, talented people. That's why I have my program, Vegas Live. I like to bring them out and bring them together, show people that here's what we have in Vegas, but they can't get any work.
Yeah. And that's a lot of what we're doing here. I mean, I want to have an opportunity for musicians to network and meet in order to put different bands together. And the ones that are together, give them an opportunity to come and play.
Yes.
We're a small saloon, so you know we have limited capacity and size, but it's a great opportunity for different acts to come on weeknights, where we have enough seating for the people that want to come on a weeknight and support them. And it was very important for us when we took this place over to make it a live music club. And it's the only one that I'm aware of in Las Vegas that has live entertainment 7 nights a week right now.
Yes, I don't really know of any of them because they have this Saturday and then they have only Sunday and then they're there Monday and then it's like very confusing.
Right.
I think in this town because there's no set deal, and I think the reason there's no set deal because, as you said at the beginning, the music industry has totally changed. It's just not the same. We also now have DJs. So when you have DJs, you don't have a band because you're doing it on a record. So that's really interfered with an awful lot. I mean, I remember DJs, that was kind of an old-fashioned thing.
Right.
Now they've come back, and I don't know, because it's something you didn't really want. You really want to see the band.
Well, I mean, it's all a matter of perspective. I mean, popular music always follows the trends of what the masses
Yeah.
want. And the type of music that I enjoy the most is what is referred to as Americana. It's real people playing real instruments about real topics in life. And whether it's the blues or it's country, it's rock and roll, it's all real world stuff, and I just appreciate that and want to foster and support that.
And keep it together and keep it
together
over.
and give it an opportunity to survive in this, in the entertainment capital of the world. Here we are, we're struggling to keep live music every night in this town.
And when he says, here we are, we're actually in North Las Vegas, and it's really incredible out here. And I thought when I was getting in my car to drive out here today to do the interview, I thought it was going to be a long way, but it's not. It's very close to downtown. You're very close to all the freeways. You're very close to very central, North Las Vegas, Saddle N Spurs, known as SNS. And I think it's amazing. So don't forget to come on down here, 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
But you also have gambling here.
We do. We have gaming, food, drink, and live music every night.
But see, they have it all. So, you know, whatever you want or whatever you need. Apparently, I heard little birdie told me the food is absolutely fabulous. So that is great. Now, does your wife ever sing? Is she a singer? Does
She's
she?
not a singer, and
So you have no he has
I have
no
no competition in that, but it would not surprise me to see her suddenly start doing that.
Oh, that sounds like it might be in the works. Wow, why not? When you get up on stage and you see your lovely audience, how do you feel?
It feels wonderful to have people come here and support what we call Las Vegas's last remaining real honky tonk bar. You know, we have bikers and rednecks and hippies and white-collared workers and blue-collared workers. Everybody just comes, and it's all about a good time and enjoying themselves dancing. And it's just wonderful to see all these people that have such diverse backgrounds come together and support live music and enjoy themselves.
Absolutely amazing. So don't forget, Saddle N Spurs. We're in North Las Vegas on Jones. And to come on down here 24 hours a day. Obviously, music is in the evening. You'll absolutely love it. Bobby Kingston, thank you so much. You've been
so much,
amazing.
Ninon.
It's an amazing guy. He's just done so much and he's succeeded. We'll be right back. Vegas Live.